In the heart of the Middle East, the Israel-Palestine conflict has been a source of tension for decades. This is a story that stretches back over a century, a tapestry woven with threads of territorial disputes, religious divides, and political maneuverings. It's a narrative that features two main characters, Israel and Palestine, each with their own dreams, aspirations, and fears. Both sides are fueled by a deep-seated desire for recognition, sovereignty, and security. In the current state of affairs, the tension continues to simmer, often boiling over into violence. It's a situation characterized by a cycle of retaliation, with each side responding to what they perceive as provocations from the other. It's a complicated and complex issue with no easy answers or quick solutions. But how does this conflict affect the people who live there, the locals caught in the crossfire of geopolitical strife? Living amidst conflict is an everyday reality for the locals in both Israel and Palestine. It's an existence where the simple rituals of daily life are persistently punctuated by the harsh realities of an ongoing conflict. Consider education. For many children in these regions, getting an education is not as straightforward as hopping on a school bus. It's a journey fraught with uncertainty, where the path to knowledge is often blocked by the unpredictable forces of conflict. The same applies to employment. A steady job is a beacon of stability in an otherwise turbulent sea, but the conflict often dims this beacon, leading to unemployment and economic instability. Then there's the issue of basic services. Imagine if your access to healthcare or sanitation depended on the ebb and flow of conflict. For many locals, this isn't a hypothetical scenario but a stark reality. Hospitals and sanitation facilities are often in the crossfire, making access to these essential services a challenge. Amidst this turmoil, you'll find stories that echo the human spirit. Stories of teachers braving dangerous terrains to reach their students. Stories of doctors working tirelessly in less than ideal conditions. Stories of individuals rising above their circumstances, embodying resilience and demonstrating an unyielding will to survive. Despite these challenges, life goes on, marked by resilience and hope. The conflict may cast a long shadow, but in that darkness, the indomitable spirit of the locals shines brightly, illuminating the way forward. The conflict has significant socio-economic implications for both Israel and Palestine. Let's delve deeper into this aspect. At the heart of the socio-economic impact is the economic cost of the conflict. For decades, resources that could have been used to boost local economies, foster innovation, and drive development have been redirected towards sustaining the conflict. Industries that once thrived are now struggling, and trade has been severely disrupted. The ripple effects extend far beyond the immediate conflict zone, impacting the economies of neighboring regions and indeed, the world. But the impact is not purely economic. The social cost is equally devastating. The conflict has left deep psychological scars on the locals. Children grow up in the shadow of uncertainty and fear, while adults live with the constant stress of instability. This takes a heavy toll on mental health, affecting everything from productivity to interpersonal relationships. Community relations, too, have been strained. Neighbors become divided, and the sense of unity and camaraderie that once defined these communities is now often replaced with mistrust and resentment. The socio-economic impact of the conflict is not just about numbers on a page. It's about real people, leading real lives, and bearing the weight of a conflict that affects every aspect of their existence. The socio-economic impact of the conflict is a heavy burden that locals have had to bear. The Israel-Palestine conflict is complex and multifaceted, but hope for a peaceful resolution remains. It's a chessboard of politics and power, with each move echoing in the lives of the locals. Yet, in the heart of this intricate game, the human spirit refuses to be checkmated. Ongoing peace efforts are striving to untangle the knots of this conflict. These efforts are not just at the level of international diplomacy, but also at the grassroots. Local initiatives are playing a pivotal role, with individuals and communities reaching across the divide, fostering understanding and mutual respect. These initiatives, fueled by the resilience and determination of the locals, are the seeds of change. They are the glimmers of a possible future where coexistence is not merely a dream but a reality. While the road to peace is long and fraught with challenges, the resilience and determination of the locals provide a beacon of hope for the future.